Alex Mack is reuniting with Kyle Shanahan. Alex Mack, formerly of the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons, has signed with the San Francisco 49ers. You may remember that Alex Mack left the Browns to join Kyle in Atlanta back in 2015 because he was coached by Kyle inside that offense, understood the genius of Shanahan in Cleveland, and wanted to be a part of it. They were apart for a few years, but now they're back together. Alex Mack will be the center of the San Francisco 49ers, and now the 49ers are starting to reshape and reform a dominant offensive line. Alex Mack is probably a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done, and has been one of the best centers in football over the past decade. Now, he's no longer that anymore, but he's still kind of flirting with the top 10 still. So you're getting a quality center at the end of his years here in the NFL for one final run. But what I will say here is that, okay, he's going to be better because in San Francisco, with Kyle, that kind of brings the best out of his play. The best moments of his career have been a part of this offense. And I think the center position is a position that typically I'm not super high on for every offense, but when it comes to this offensive scheme, I think it's very important because I think you need a center not only to be intelligent, not only to be able to, call out the right protections and, be able to stunt and things like that with helping the rest of the offensive line, but I think you need a guy that's athletic enough to get to the second level, on reach blocks and things like this, where these centers are very active when they're moving and they're pulling and they're running, right? Because a lot of the times when you see the 49ers and what they do offensively, a lot of their run game is outside. A lot of their run game's outside zone. So with the center position, that guy, it's not just the guard like in a lot of offenses. That center is also responsible for pulling and getting to that second level and, being able to block down on a linebacker or be in open space and protect that way. Plus, Alex Mack is just a very intelligent player. He's a very savvy pass blocker. And again, he might not be what he used to be, but he's going to be an upgrade to that spot. They've also had a lot of trouble, the 49ers have, with keeping Weston Richburg, who they initially signed as the center, healthy. They've struggled with that aspect. They've struggled with the health of the center position. So they're counting on Alex Mack here to be a stabilizing force to the middle of their offensive line. A middle of their offensive line that's been very beat up. And I think that's a big reason their offensive line struggled last year, because a lot of teams figured out how to expose it in the pass game, which was to blitz them and to get after them through the interior, through the A and B gaps, and just attack them that way. Because you can't really attack Trent Williams. Mike McGlinchey's a solid player, and I don't think that was the best approach. And in fact, I feel Mike McGlinchey kind of, looked worse than he is because the players beside him and the players around him were not as good, right? So Trent Williams, you locked him up. That's an excellent move. He is maybe the best left tackle in the league all around. But when it comes to Alex Mack now, you're going to have another veteran offensive lineman, two Hall of Famers on your line, basically, with high IQ, high ability still, and an offensive line that's going to dominate both and be a balanced offensive line in the pass and the run game. So I like this move a lot for the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan bringing his boy Alex Mack back to his offense on the San Francisco 49ers. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, Niners fans. Do you think Alex Mack is the center you've been looking for?